Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Not Becca, Katie9POK here, and today we're doing part 4 of my How to Solder series. I'm going to be doing a nice little overview of the kit, my nice review, some constructive criticism, some things that I thought were really great, some things that might need a little bit of work. So without further ado, let's roll that awesome intro video and get into it. Alright, so the kit we built in the past 3 videos is the Comprehensive Soldering Course Kit from Vectronics. This kit was, all in all, super amazing. If I was going to give it, like, a number out of 10, I'd say, like, at least a 9.5 out of 10. And that 0.5 that it's missing is just a few little, like, I don't even have a word for it. It's like this one little tiny thing that was slightly confusing, but I got over it. And I feel like if you were a beginner, it might be more confusing. You might get really worried about it. You might be like, well, what if I do something wrong? So I feel like if they solve these, like, 2 little tiny issues, then it'll be easier for a beginner, because this is very specifically, like, how to solder, and I don't want any of these little tiny things to, like, give someone anxiety, because I understand that. So, we have the kit book. Super, super good book. I didn't read through all of it, just because it's, only a good 62 pages, but I did read through a lot of it. I skimmed through some of it. I saw there was some super cool stuff. I had some questions while I was going through. I was trying to tell you guys stuff. I went and I flipped through the book until I found the answers, which was amazing. It had this really great checklist in the back with the instructions, so you can check off what you did, and if you have issues, it had this really great in case of difficulty section, and lovely, lovely camera skills. So, at the end of building the kit and soldering all of it, I ended up with this gorgeous thing. I'll be right back with a 9-volt battery to show you guys a quick demonstration of what it does. Alright guys, I am back with a 9-volt battery in tow. As I said in my last video, this is not just a 9-volt battery. This is the 9-volt battery. This is the 9-volt battery I have used in all of my YouTube videos that require 9-volt batteries, because I got it at Yoda Camp along with my QRP ARDF transmitter kit video in which I built that, linked up above, and so it happens to have a lot of juice left in it, and so I'm using it for all of my 9-volt battery needs. So, we have it connected to our how to solder thing. It's a little flashing lights show display. I'm gonna hit the lights real quick and then I'll show you what it does. Alright, so you can't see it very well, what I can see, but that's not for long, because if we click that button, there you are, a little flashing light display, and there it is with my flash on, just to show you the board and the lights. So they are some pretty bright LEDs, not bright enough, but this is what it does. Now, it does look like there are 2 or 3 going at once, but that is in fact an optical illusion. I did a bunch of looking into that just because I was curious, and I'm that kind of person. So yeah, this is what the board does. Now you may be asking, but Becca, there are so many different components on this board. Like, look, we have all of these, I feel like these are transistors, these are resistors, these are diodes. I could be wrong about that. It's Q10, so I couldn't tell you. But anyway, we have all of these components on the board. We have this lovely blue wire. So why is there so much on this board? Do we really need all this? 2 things. One, this 9-volt battery is a lot of power for these diodes. They don't need that much. So, one of the things that we're doing is we're transferring power, we're lessening power, we're getting rid of excess power so we don't blow any diodes. The second thing is that this is a how to solder kit. This is a how to solder video. This is my hand randomly appearing in the edge of the camera. But the point is, you're supposed to be learning, and you're supposed to be getting practice, and there's no point in doing just one diode, because it's not enough practice. There's no point in doing just one resistor. Like, you need to be able to do it a bunch of times, or a few times, until you get the hang of it. And so that's really the reason why there are so many components on this board, so many pieces, so many parts, is because it's a how to solder kit. And it's actually a pretty good one. So let's turn the camera back around and I'll tell you some more things about it. Alright guys, I am back in the captain's chair and I have my kit with me. Now you'll notice the 9-volt battery is still connected. I'm just gonna pop her off, disconnect her, because I don't know. I mean, the switch is off, but you never know. I don't want it to have any issues and it seems like the right thing to do. Alright, I got 7 minutes on the clock before my phone runs out of storage space, because that's what happens when you don't buy the top of the line everything. But you know what? I don't mind. It keeps me, not rambling. It keeps me responsible. So, let's talk about the 2 little things that I found while building this kit that I think could be improved upon just a little bit. So, the first one has to do with the little tiny diode, which is right there next to the switch. I'm going to show you a little clip of me soldering it, and then I'll talk to you about what happened. Now it is time for the diode. Note that the diode is a polarized device. It's also much smaller than you might think it is. Now, specifically, the cathode band must be installed as indicated by the parts placement diagram. So the cathode band is going to be this black band on the side of the diode. It's not focusing, but the diode's small, so I'm not expecting it to. Now this is going at D1, which is going to be D10. Is that D10? It says D1. Because that says D10 and this says D1. Okay, that was not helpful in the least bit, because that's literally exactly what the other thing says. Does this have a completed picture that would help me out? It says to put it at D1. But there's nothing that goes to D10, considering it's the only diode that's not an LED. I think I should just put it in D10. Or do you think that would be a bad idea? I think I'm gonna put it in D10, and if I'm wrong, that's my bad, and I'll deal with the consequences. So, the one thing that I thought was slightly confusing that had to do with the diode is that in the book, it said that the diode went in, Did I drop things? Let's find it. So, in the book, right here by the nice picture of the diode, it says that it goes in location D1, but on the board there is no such thing as location D1, there's only location D10. While that isn't a huge deal, it seems like just getting rid of that little 0 might, like, negate some confusion, because it did take me a few seconds to realize, like, if there's only one D, then it has to be the 1. Like, I was a little worried about it. I was like, well, what if this is the wrong spot, whatever. And I feel like since this is specifically tailored for beginners, that might be a little difficult for them. So take away that one little 0 and that'll be good. And then the second thing that I had a slight bit of confusion about was these fateful wire ties. They called them nylon wire ties. I call them zip ties, but I also call twist ties zip ties, so you know what, don't worry about that. But it came with 2 in the kit. In the book, it says it calls for 5, and it also in the book has only 1 step in which you need a wire tie, and if you look at the picture on the front, there is only need for 1 wire tie in the picture as well. Now, what happened was, it came with 2, it said it needed 5, so I ran out to my garage, found 3 more wire ties, added them to collection, whatever. I was like, okay, we're good, not a huge deal, though if it needed 5, it should have came with 5, you know? Logic, but whatever. Then I was reading through the book, I got to the step where it said I needed a wire tie, and it said there is a hole up next to Q10, right up there, and that hole, you're going to insert the wire tie, and then you're going to tie your electrical leads down with the wire tie like so. Just like that. So it's a little neater, and it's just coming out here instead of right in the middle. Now, you may notice there isn't a hole there, which was slightly problematic, and there actually aren't any other holes in the board, so if they wanted you to wire tie down your black and red 9-volt battery leads, then they should have put a hole in the board, and also that was the only step that required a wire tie. So it said I needed 5, it gave me 2, it only needed 1, and you didn't have the ability to use that one, which was just a little bit of, I don't know, It's a little bit confusing, a little bit inconsistent. I did take a little time out of my life trying to find extra wire ties that I no longer need, and also if it says you need 5, it only comes with 2, and you're gonna go. So those are 2 things that I found in the kit that I think could be improved. Otherwise, an absolutely amazing kit. I learned a ton. I did a bunch of new things. I uploaded all of these videos to YouTube in my How to Solder series. I have a playlist for that, which is linked up above, and in that, I got a bunch of amazing YouTube comments of all of my subscribers and all of my viewers and all of my, I don't know, my community. My community gave me a lot of good information that I didn't know about pre-soldered wires and the best way to, keep diodes in the right spot and, different things about chips and sockets and all of this really great stuff that I then tried to put in my other videos because I learned so much doing this kit, even though I already knew how to solder. I think it is superb. I think that if you don't know how to solder, it is really helpful. If you read the book, it gives you a lot of tips and tricks. It has a lot of great information. I'm definitely keeping this book. I'm definitely going to use it for future reference. And this kit, absolutely amazing. 2 small, slight clerical errors that are obviously easy to get past. I mean, I got it. I figured it out. And I am by far not a professional. But I just think, solve those 2 little errors, and it is 100% worth it. Wonderful job, an absolutely amazing kit. If you guys want to check it out, there's a description in the link. There's a link in the description below. It is the Comprehensive Soldering Course Kit from Vectronics. Alright guys, thanks for watching that video. I hope you got a lot of great information from it. If you liked that video, hit the like, comment down below, subscribe, do all that fun, amazing YouTube stuff. Thank you to everyone who commented on my last videos. Thank you for all of the amazing support I've gotten while I create this new YouTube channel and try this new endeavor. That's it for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.